Hello there, and happy Christmas, happy holidays, and happy New Year. I'm not sure when in that time frame I'm going to be uploading this video, but that kind of covers all the bases, so hopefully that checks that box. I hope you're all doing well and you're spending time with people you love, your family, your friends, and whoever else, your colleagues and whatnot. It's been quite a while since I've done a video, and firstly I apologise, as it feels like I start all of my videos like that at the moment, but that is going to be changing in the new year. We'll get to it. I've got some New Year's stuff to talk about, but firstly, apologies for the radio silence. It's been a very testing couple of months, that's all I can really say on that at this point, but things are beginning to calm and settle down now, and I've got a bit more time and a bit more energy to be doing more creative things, which of course are, that's something that's a really big part of who I am. I really enjoy that, so it's good to be back making videos, making content, and coming up with madcap ideas. But again, I'll go into that in a bit more detail. So, what prompted this video? Well, at this time of year, I like to reflect, as many of us do, about the last 12 months. I like to think about the stuff that was good and worked, the stuff that was bad and didn't, and all the stuff in between. And I also like to look forward to the next 12 months and to work out what am I going to change to get more good stuff out of the year, what am I going to change to make sure that there's less bad stuff in the year, and what are the goals that I'm going to kind of take forward into the new year, what's going to motivate me to create and to grow as a person. That sounds very after school special, and I apologise, but that's where I'm at. Well, the other night I was burning the midnight oil while playing a bit of PlayStation 4 and wrapping Christmas presents, which, by the by, that is my least favourite activity in the world. If you've received a hand-wrapped Christmas present from me this year, I am so sorry. It's going to be like Alcatraz to get into. I used literally all of the sellotape I own. I'm sorry. But the good thing that came out of said wrapping and gaming session was that I was just thinking about the past year. I was also thinking a lot about how other people's expectations kind of inform how our expectations of ourselves kind of move. I saw something on social media, and I can't remember who posted it, so I'm sorry for not naming you, but somebody posted on Instagram a couple of weeks ago about how society sets unrealistic expectations. You're expected to know what career you want by the time you're 20. You're meant to be married by the time you're 30. You're meant to have a full house and flash car and white picket fence by the time you're 40, etc, etc. And it just hit me how false that is, and how actually that's quite misleading, and we kind of allow ourselves to be led by trying to keep up with the Joneses. And that's not at all what we should be doing as people, because we're all individuals, we're all very unique. I am living proof of that. I'm currently sat in my bedroom recording this wearing a Captain America Christmas jumper with Grogu in the background and an Infinity Gauntlet. Humble brag, that took like ages to build. It's out of Lego. It was lots of fun. So this whole idea of keeping up with the Joneses and trying to meet other people's expectations is something that I kind of wanted to completely just delete from my mentality this year. And so after wrapping the Christmas presents with all of the sellotape in the universe, I sat down with my big whiteboard and I worked out 10 things that I want to get out of 2022. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to share that with you guys, as some of that will pertain to the creative content that I'm putting out. Some of it will just pertain to me as a person, but part of me making these videos is me sharing part of me with all of you as a creative outlet, as something that maybe puts a smile on people's faces. Who knows? If one person smiles, it's a winning video as far as I'm concerned. And so without further ado, because I love doing a top 10 list, let's get in at number 10. So 10, 9 and 8 are all financially related, so I'll get them all out of the way first and as kind of one entry. So number 10 is that I want to get myself kind of completely free of any credit cards and anything like that. I don't have much outstanding, but I want to get that cleared off so that I can go into number 9, which is I want to save up £5,000 this year. And that is because I really want to travel. I would love to take this little mobile phone and camera on the road with me, do some vlogs in weird places, maybe Italy, maybe Japan, maybe New Zealand. Those are just kind of a few places that I've been toying around with, but I would love to do some travelling. My friend Sydney and I are planning on doing Disneyland as well at some point in Florida, Orlando, so you know, it would be good to have a little bit of a financial cushion to allow myself to do that. I'm single, I'm not married, so it's a good time of my life to do travelling and to explore this ugly yet beautiful world we live in. So those are the numbers 10 and 9. Number 8 would be to get a PC, which would again come out of that saving £5,000. I'd like to do some really nice editing, some maybe songwriting software as well, which I'm going to just go straight into number 7 as well. I know, right? Rapid fire. I'm going to do some songwriting this year. It's something that I did years ago and I have a real passion for, and I was talking to my friend Sam over a cup of coffee the other day, and he and his wife Jess do a bit of music and a bit of songwriting as well, and we'd just been talking about a few ideas that they had, a few ideas that I'd had, and it really ignited this excitement in me again for playing piano and for singing. So that's something that would be really good to do, and obviously having a PC with some really good songwriting software, maybe like a Sibelius or something, would be great because I could then make the music and write the lyrics and perform the vocals. It's, you know, something that I'm really excited about, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that will be happening in 2022. So number 6 is that I would really like to get 20 new platinum trophies through my PlayStation 4 this year. I do a bit of streaming on my YouTube channel and I love playing different types of games. I'm also quite competitive and I've got a few friends who have got we've got an ongoing trophy rivalry to see who can get the highest level. So I want to kind of maintain that and keep that going and catch up with somebody who's miles ahead. So I wrote a list the other night of 20 games that I'm going to try and platinum in 2022. We're talking stuff like Among Us, stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy, Final Fantasy 15, etc. So a good mix of different styles and gameplay, which will make for some good streaming content as well. And number 5, and there was no way I was putting video games above reading, because I love reading. I'll fight you. I'm right, you're wrong. Reading is the best form of medium, bar none. And I've been reading a lot over the last few months as well, and kind of my passion for that is reignited. So I want to get through 15 different books this year. I've written a short list of books that have been sitting in my bookshelf for months on end and have been untouched that I want to work my way through. And I'm not going to buy any new books until I'm through them, I promise. I so am. I see shiny things and I go, ooh, shiny. But that's the target. I want to keep that going, keep reading. Number 4 is that I want to travel, but not abroad. That's more kind of tied into me saving up £5,000 and having money for the next few years to do a little bit of travelling and kind of sightseeing. But in the interim, we live in a beautiful country, and I've seen very little of it in my young life. So I'm going to do some little staycations over the course of the year. Maybe some of that content will make its way into vlogs, I don't know. But I would love to try and see 5 places that I've never been to in the UK. I'm thinking that I'd definitely like to try and maybe climb one of the mountains as well, maybe Snowdon, because that's the easy one that everybody does, and I am not the most fit chap yet. But we'll get to that. And we're getting to it now. At number 3, this year I plan to run the Plymouth Half Marathon. I did this 10 years ago in 2012. I ran the half marathon in 2 hours 27 minutes. And I did that in a physical state that is much less than I'm in now. I'm much fitter these days, so I'm hoping to smash that time. In an ideal world, I would love to be able to run it in under 2 hours. Whether or not that happens remains to be seen, but I'll keep you guys posted with my training and all the rest of that. But it also leads really nicely into number 2, because the reason I'm in better shape now than I was 10 years ago is that over 2021, I've been doing a bunch of walking challenges. You guys have probably seen them through my Facebook and through little updates. Did a fundraiser with a bunch of my friends from church, and I've also been doing a lot of virtual walks and runs in my own time. I'm actually part of a group called Conqueror Challenges. Conqueror are great. They're a charity who basically, you give them a bit of your money, and in exchange they will plant a bunch of trees, and they will also give you a medal when you have finished one of these virtual runs or walks. At the moment I'm doing Land's End to John of Groats. I've done stuff like Mount Fuji, Hadrian's Wall, the Alps over the course of the year. It's really cool. You can actually see virtually where in the world you would be if you were actually in these places that you're doing virtually from home. So I'm going to keep on doing that. I checked the tracker the other night and it tells me that I've done 2,300 miles in 2021. That is combined walking, running, and since September, cycling. I've got a little exercise bike in the house, so I'm going to try and smash that target as well this year. And this is this is probably the most mental thing I've ever said in my life, but my plan is that in 2022 I'm going to walk, cycle, run, combined, all three of those things together, 5,000 miles. It's like the Proclaimers song, but times 10. So, wish me luck. I'm gonna die, but, you know, it's for a good cause, maybe? The half marathon definitely will be for a good cause, and I'll let you guys know kind of how you can support me through that when we get there. I think it's going to be like May or June time, it usually is, so watch this space. And finally, number 1, and it pertains very much to what we're talking about now, vlogs. I have not been videoing as much as I had in 2020. There are a bunch of reasons for that. I haven't had the creative energy. I've also been just very busy with work and with other things in my life, so I've had to take a step back for that. But I also realised that I was doing a lot of videos with a lot of different types of content, and it wasn't bad content, but it was a bit all over the place. And so I sat down the other night and I kind of worked out a structure as to what I want to do to improve how I video, how I vlog, the content that I put out. And so my target is that I'm going to do a monthly vlog, but it's going to be a bit more structured than it has been previously. I've worked out a flow of like an intro and an outro, and then a few bits in between that'll be consistent through every vlog, and maybe 1 or 2 bits that won't be, that'll be just kind of nice surprises. I look back through a lot of the stuff that I'd made as well, and the stuff that I'd like to do better. So for example, me and my housemate Danny did a hot sauces challenge, which was fun. We didn't get hot enough sauces, is the problem. It wasn't, you know, there wasn't enough excitement or risk to that. So that's a video that we're maybe going to remake in the new year with some chicken wings, and we're going to kind of do a riff on the other YouTube channel that does this show, Hot Ones, which could be a lot of fun. So I'm going to try and make it a bit more professional maybe, but also a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Just something that's a bit more structured and kind of a bit more palatable than, oh, here's one about poetry, here's one about an unboxing, here's one about hot wings. It's going to be a bit more sorted and organised, so that'll be a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys will watch. I hope you guys will enjoy what it is that I put out, because of course, as much as I do it for me and as a creative thing, I also like to think that it maybe gives people a bit of a laugh and a bit of an escape from the crap going on in the world around us. There's a lot of that at the moment. So watch this space. There will be a video in January, so stay tuned and posted for that. But that is the 10 things that I'm going to try and get out of 2022. The only thing that I can really think to say in closing is that I hope you guys do have a safe and loving Christmas and New Year and all the time in between. Eat lots of food that, you know, is probably really bad for you, because it's alright, January is coming. But until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a very Merry Christmas. Love you, bye.